these big monsters to lift up big weight.
That could have ended very badly.
Were they tragic accidents or Mother Nature herself?
Welcome back to Weather Unfiltered. Let's take you live to Clinton, Iowa, which is not all that far to the northeast of Davenport, Iowa, on the Mississippi. And this is where we've had some pretty large hail and some strong wind gusts in the 55 to 60 mile an hour range. Not far to the northeast of here, we had a hailstone report of 1.75 inches in diameter. And the supercells that moved through Clinton to produce those winds and hail in that vicinity are quickly moving off to the northeast to places like Freeport in Illinois and up into southern Wisconsin. So it's southern Wisconsin and northwestern Illinois, that area under this tornado watch, and this is where we have multiple warnings that have been popping up. This watch goes until 8 o'clock local time. Look at the warnings really lighting up in this zone. Now we're up into southern Wisconsin in addition to northwestern and west central portions of Illinois. Let's go to the northernmost cell, and here's Janesville, Wisconsin. Here's I-39, and you might be wondering, why are there two warnings here? Well, this northwestern warning was issued a few minutes before the one to the southeast, and the supercell has been going right along the boundary of those two warnings. So they had to make sure they've got it covered with regard to the path of that supercell, but it's definitely kind of the lead dog supercell here that is slurping in all that air near the surface low to the west and the warm front, so it's got a lot of rotation built into the air that it's slurping in. And the supercell's been kind of going right down the border of these two tornado warnings right near Janesville is where the rotation is, about to cross I-39. You do not want to be on that interstate right now. These are moving northeastward at about 50, 55 miles an hour. Look at that supercell that all the way originated down near Freeport, and that area is under a severe thunderstorm warning now with a tornado possible. So Janesville, this might not be your last warning of the night for tornado, or at least tornado possible. Now let's go down to Lee and Ogle counties, just north of I-88. This is off to the east of Clinton that we showed you a little bit ago. That tornado warning goes until 6:30. A pretty good rotation signal there just north of Dixon. Going to the Grand Detour area, just to the east of there, so you got to be in your lowest level, most interior room. These are moving again at about east-northeast highway speeds, like 45, 50, 55 miles an hour. And down here in Stark County, farther to the south of I-80, you're under a warning until 6:30. So this tornado watch is now spawning multiple tornado warnings. They are all moving quickly. So when you get that warning, get to that lowest level, most interior room right away, because your weather will change in a heartbeat. Mike?
Dr. Knapp, thank you very much for that. Well, when we talk about the weather, we're usually looking at the big picture, fronts, storms, the forecast ahead. But there's another story happening on a much smaller scale right in our own backyards. Germs are part of the environment around us every single day, and understanding how they move can help us stay ahead of them. Here's a closer look at the science behind germs presented by P&G and their brands Dayquil, Puffs, and Safeguard.
We usually track the weather from a macro perspective, watching the seasons change. But if we shift our focus down, there's an entire unseen ecosystem active outside and in your backyard that thrives all year round, regardless of the forecast. This is the science behind germs. And it begins at the microscopic level in the soil. Bacteria thrive in damp organic matter, but they are very mobile. They need to attach themselves to animals or particulates like dust and pollen to migrate. Once they enter the home, airflow slows down and particulates accumulate on surfaces that we interact with daily. That contact turns our hands into the primary vehicle for transporting germs to the body. Effective defense relies on simple mechanical action. Scrubbing with soap and water for at least 20 seconds creates friction, lifting dirt and microbes from the skin so they can be rinsed away. Even with a rigorous hygiene, defenses can be breached. Airborne particles and viruses constantly are present, and once they make landfall in the respiratory system, the reaction begins. As infection worsens, noses will run, requiring frequent wiping and blowing, which can lead to irritation unless a soothing lotion tissue is used. With defenses down, the virus invades. When cold or flu sets in, well, you need to power to clear the fog and effective relief to power through your day. From the air and soil outside to the surfaces inside, germs are a constant variable, but understanding the science behind them puts you in control of your environment.
The science behind germs, presented by P&G and their brands DayQuil, Puffs, and Safeguard.